Now, Channel 3 early warning weather.
Good evening, everyone. Meteorologist Jill Gilardi here, and we're talking about that early warning weather alert. And that is for Monday afternoon and especially Monday night into Wednesday morning. This is a long duration event, high impact, rain, mixture, heavy wet snow. There's a wind threat too, possible coastal flooding. Power outages are going to be possible as well. So there's two players in this big system, and we have, again, eventually we'll have a surface low pressure system come off the Atlantic, the mid-Atlantic region, but then we have that upper level system we'll have to watch spinning across the Great Lakes. I'll show you what I mean in just a second. But again, right now it is quiet across the Northeast. We're not expecting any issues in the short term. Tomorrow starts off with dry conditions and those readings in the 30s. Inland, we're climbing into the lower to middle 40s, showers developing during the afternoon and then becoming heavier as we get into tomorrow night. Very similar conditions right along the immediate shoreline as well, with that precipitation increasing with time. Now, the Northwest Hills, you could see a little snow. Those temperatures might be cool enough for that. Again, this is Monday morning. As we get into Monday evening, still primarily rain across the state. And then we have to see what happens with not only that low pressure system you can clearly see, but there's also going to be what's left over, that energy from that low that's now going to be tracking across the Great Lakes, because that could cause some drier air to move in. We'll see how that develops. We'll be watching that other coastal low. Will that track a little bit closer to the coastline, or will be it farther out to sea? There's still a lot of uncertainty. Eventually, though, no matter what happens, it looks like everyone will start to see some snow at some point during the day on Tuesday. The question mark, does it start early in the day or does it happen later in the day? Again, that low is going to be doing some funky things, as you can see. It gets cut off from the main flow and it just kind of spins around. So that's why we're calling it a long duration event. That's through Wednesday morning. While the precipitation will taper off, it's still going to be very windy out there. So look at that basic circle of uncertainty. There's still a lot of wiggle room with that area of low pressure. So again, a little wobble can mean big changes in the forecast, where we could be talking about some areas getting more snow or less snow, depending on what happens with the exact track of the system. So we advise you to keep checking back in with us, as this is a preliminary forecast as of right now. The consensus is for Litchfield County to get the most snow. We're talking about over a foot in some places, 4 to 8 inches as you kind of continue southward across that county, across northern Hartford into Tolland and Windham counties. But then you go into the valley farther south, you're talking 2 to 4, 1 to 2 inches along the immediate shoreline. Winter storm watch in blue, winter storm warning now across northern Litchfield County. That is in pink. Storm impact inland and hills. Well, poor visibility certainly with rain and snow. There's going to be slick roadways, especially in the higher terrain, strong wind gusts, and that threat for power outages is going to be up as well. That heavy wet snow could snap tree limbs and also cause the power lines to come down. The impact along the shoreline, it will be a little bit less, lower chance for power outages, but there's still going to be some strong wind gusts. So it could be some slick roadways, especially when that changeover occurs, and that will be most likely later on Tuesday into Tuesday night. And some poor visibility, certainly, with all that heavy rainfall we are expecting initially with the storm system. So things are going to be going downhill Monday. The worst weather's on Tuesday, and then things gradually improving Wednesday, but very windy Tuesday and Wednesday. And then looking great as we finish off the week. St. Patrick's Day pushing 50 degrees. Next chance for rain is going to be on Saturday. So that's the way it's looking right now. Again, we continue to look over data, making changes as needed. But for now, that is the way it's shaping up. Of course, we have a lot of time between now and the 11 o'clock news, so be sure to check back in. There could be some changes with this forecast. Have a great rest of your evening.